to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 116, recapping the final round of this Lucas Oil Pro Motocross series for the 250 class at Ironman. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Well, we came to an end. Great season.
Yep.
Congratulations to the champions. Aaron Plessinger, he already clinched the title last race, but he made a very special one, this one for sure. And, well, if this is the 250 recap, but we got to congratulate Eli Tomac.
Of course. Yeah, that 450 one, it came down to that second moto, which is kind of cool. So he wasn't able to lock it up in that first race. Barely.
Yeah,
he basically did,
we'll
though.
definitely go over it on our 450 recap, but I just wanted to congratulate him and, for another back-to-back title. And I know that's hard, and he deserved it for sure. So,
That's right.
250s now.
That's right. Yeah, a lot going on in this 250 class. Obviously, it did end up being a mud fest. And we talked about that on our preview show, and it was nuts. It was crazy. It was sloppy. There was riders going down everywhere. Like, it was funny. I think on Benny Bloss on his Instagram, he said he fell 6 times or something. I was like, geez, they're falling left and right. We saw AP and everyone kind of had their problems in this race, which is kind of expected because it was nasty out there.
Yeah, they were saying that it was actually more nasty than even Unadilla.
Yeah, because there was ponds on the track and they're riding through inches of water just standing there. But first, let's touch on a little bit of news. First of all, it's been a little delayed of us getting our podcast up. It's been crazy weather over here, and right when we were about to do it, lost power. So there's some crazy storms recently.
Yeah, no power, no internet, bunch of rain. It's been hectic down here in Florida.
Dude, I lost power for 5 hours.
That's crazy.
It's so bad. So that's why we are a little delayed. But with that delay, we do get a glimpse into some more news that we get to get out there. And one I think is the biggest news is Alex Martin signing to JGR for 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, especially after, what Suzuki did in this 2018 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross.
Yeah.
Championship.
They had major problems in that 250 class. Major problems. Motos where bike doesn't even start. They can't even start the race kind of problems.
That's insane. That's insane that he made that decision. There's got to be something behind all this happening because why would you even change teams when you're already in one of the best teams of the circuit? The Toro design team, they have a fantastic 250 lineup. So
yeah, and he had a great season too.
It's a little weird that he'll make that change to a JGR, but I feel like they do this all the time. They did the same thing with Justin Hill whenever he won the championship with Pro Circuit, and
yeah, they're just out there scooping up good riders and then
just
put them on
make
these
the change.
bikes.
Yeah.
And then they don't do as well, that's for sure, unless they're on the 450s, because obviously we saw Chad Reed back, had a great weekend. We'll talk more about that in our next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that's pretty big news right there. Alex Martin going to be on the yellow bikes for this Supercross season, so pretty cool there. Savachi, he's done with 250s. He's gone. See ya. Going to the big bikes for the monster Kawasaki.
See, man, this 450 class for next year is getting stacked up.
Oh, yeah.
Savachi moved up. Zach Osborne's moving up. Aaron Plessinger's moving up. It's huge, man.
Yep. Justin Hill's going to be staying up.
Justin Hill's up, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, throw Malcolm in the mix, assumingly. That A1 race is going to be insane. It's going to be sick.
I know, it's stacked. It's stacked.
So stacked. What other news we got going on? I think we touched on most of the big stuff. A lot of stuff happened in this race to talk. Oh, there was one more bit of news. Chris Bloss, the arena cross rider, we saw him do a couple supercrosses. He signed to AJE, same team as Justin Starling for the supercross season.
Very nice, very nice.
Yep, he'll be racing the West Coast. And he said, "I'm excited" is an understatement. AJ is based out of Phoenix, my hometown, which is something I think is pretty special. A hometown team with a hometown rider, and we are all just fulfilling our dreams. See you at the races. Boom.
What about Starling? Is he racing East Coast or West Coast as well?
I'm not sure, but he did say he's got a national number on his Twitter. He will be running number 60, and he was pretty pumped about that. Not racing any outdoor races, of course. So... good for him. We'll have
he stayed pretty busy during the break. I know he did a bunch of races overseas in Europe. I know he's got a couple things planned out for the rest of the year. And he's been enjoying it for sure. I can tell that he's been having a lot of fun.
But what do you say? We just jump into this race. I know there's a lot to talk about here just with this Mudfest. And it all started with practice because the B riders came out on top of this thing, just like the Seattle Supercross, where you get on that track first, you put down these fast laps, and some big names did not make it into this main event,
right.
this moto.
Right.
Like, it blows my mind how that happened.
That was it's good to see that the first factory rider for this 250 class was sitting in 11th place, and it was Joey Savacci.
Yeah. Crazy. So here, I'm just going to name some of these names because some are familiar and some, honestly, I don't want to say they got like just really lucky, but
they did.
They kind of got lucky. Hunter Sales was our fastest lap time, followed by Cody Van Buskirk, Michael Hand, Maxwell Sanford, Jeffrey Walker, Joshua Philbrick, Tyler Skordas. Yeah, sorry, I'm butchering all these names. Austin Wagner. Alexander Nagy, know that one. Blake Taylor, that's your top 10. And then Joey Savacci, like you said, Mason Morton, Justin Cooper, Drake Sizemore. I could just go on, but I think it's better if I tell you the people who qualified outside of that top 40. And there's some big names here. Shane McElrath, Ryan Sipes, Austin Faulkner, Enzo Lopez, Dakota Alex, Jimmy Dakotas, Sean Cantrell, Hayden Melross, Mitchell Harrison. Big names that did not qualify for this event. Some of them did get lucky and made it into the race for being top 10 in the points, which I think is good that at least some of them still got to make it in. But that blows my mind. It seems like there's got to be a better way to do this. Or, I just can't believe that amount of really good riders didn't make it in. And that includes Jordan Bailey, Mitchell Falk, Michael Mosman. Michael Mosman was able to get in, but some of these riders, man, that's got to suck to end the season not racing.
Well, and that's the thing. You mentioned McElrath, Faulkner, Jordan Smith being in the top 10 and being a guarantee spot for the motos. I feel that's a little bit unfair, because you have Michael Mosman, Jordan Bailey, and Mitchell Falk who got kicked out because those guys...
Quick correction, Michael Mosman was able to make it in. He had that 38th fastest time, so he was able to make it in.
Yeah, he was able to make it, but since McElrath, Faulkner, and Smith are all three top 10 riders, Michael Mosman, who was 38th, Jordan Bailey was 39th, and Mitchell Falk was in 40th place, they all get kicked out. And these three guys go in. And then Mosman actually got in as an alternate later on, like even after he got kicked out.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because, yeah, he did do that first moto and, he had a decent finish in that.
He was like first subbed in, I guess, but he got kicked
lucky.
out initially. Yeah, definitely got lucky, but he got kicked out initially because of McElrath, Faulkner, and Smith not qualifying, but being in the top 10, they kicked him out. But he got lucky and ended up getting a spot at the end of the day. Well,
okay, so I know you think that it's not fair, but do you think maybe they should run the A practices first then?
That's another thing. That's what it should be. If you're in the top 10 or the top 40 or whatever, you're in A practice, okay? And you should be out there first. You should be A, B, and C.
Yeah, or like if they're going to take amount of people, they got to take at least like the top 15 or something in points, top 20 in points. But yeah, I guess that isn't really that fair, but it just seems unfair that all those really big riders, factory riders, don't make it in. Someone like Enzo, who struggled really all year, with the bike and everything, all on his Instagram, He said, all I can say now is thank you to the JGRMX for having me on board. It was a dream come true. I expected more of myself, but I lived to fight another day. I've worked really hard this season, and I'll work even harder to make the best of 2019. Thanks once again. Let's regroup and get ready for the nations. But here's the thing. That just sucks for him to end his season. Not just really bad luck for him this year, That's just really bad.
Yeah, it sucks to finish like that. But
yeah, but I guess it is cool for those other guys to get them in there and get them running. But I just wanted to tell everyone how that happened because we're definitely missing some big names in these races, and that's why right there, this Mudfest really threw a wrench in everything, made this last race, on the one hand, kind of exciting, and on the other hand, it was kind of depressing seeing those people not even, get the chance to finish this season out strong.
Yeah, exactly. So I just feel like if you didn't qualify, you just didn't qualify, man. Sorry, I mean, everybody else did. So it's not like they're going through extra stuff to qualify. Everyone's going through the same track. Everybody's got to go out there and put in a fast lap, and you just didn't do it.
But
Sorry.
it wasn't the same track. It was like a totally different track from when that qualifying starts, because if you look at Hunter Sales' lap time, 2:31, and then you look at Aaron Plessinger's lap time, 2:42. You trying to tell me that's the same track when Hunter Sales is going 11 seconds faster than the champ?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then let's go. Okay, let's go to another example. Let's go to another race that didn't rain. They had a perfect day or whatever. Okay, Butts Creek. There you go.
Okay.
So these guys from the B practice, they have to go after, because this B practice is getting always the crappy stuff. So I feel like that makes it a little bit harder to qualify, and sometimes they don't get to qualify. So what about those guys that are they don't have the $1 million check, they don't have the million sponsors, they don't have the big rigs, they don't have the 150 people waiting for him to get an autograph. What about those guys? So they just get screwed.
Yeah, I get you. It's definitely a good opportunity for them. It looks like none of them were really able to make the most out of it. We did see some good results, which we'll get into. But let's just jump right into this Moto 1 so we can tell everyone what happened. And for those of you who already watched it, just a little refresher for you. Justin Cooper, who we talked about on our pre-show, he showed up in this first moto, pulling the whole shot. And then I told you, I said I would bet money Chase Sexton gets on the podium this week. And he looked good. He looked real good this weekend.
He definitely did. He definitely looked really good. He got great results, and he got on the podium.
Yep,
bro.
He was right there up at the start. We saw Plessinger there. He ditched his goggles early, and he pulled in and got a new pair during this moto. So it just shows how awesome Aaron Plessinger is this year. He's just on it. But we just saw so many riders down. They were down everywhere. You couldn't even make out the numbers, because as soon as they got through the first turn, riders were just covered, just top to bottom. You didn't know who was who. You didn't know what color the bikes were. It was as bad as it gets. For sure. We saw Savacci. He went down, kind of landed on his shoulder pretty hard, but he was not letting go of those hand grips. He was going to do whatever it takes to keep that bike running, and he did.
He did.
So he fell. I could just name everyone that fell if I could make out their numbers, but lots of falling, and we did see some pretty good battles. Those first three guys, Sexton, Justin Cooper, and Plessinger, those three guys were running pretty close for a little bit, and they actually made it kind of exciting.
Definitely, yeah. It was a really good race for the 250 class, and like you said, these three guys up front, they had a really, really, really good battle. Although the conditions that we were having.
Yeah, when Plessinger caught up to Sexton and they were battling, Plessinger's bike was like smoking and stuff. I was worried for a minute. I was like, wasn't sure if he was going to make it.
Yeah, I thought the bike was definitely going to blow up.
So he actually did survive that. You know who did terrible though?
Yep.
Alex Martin. He's just the terrible end of the season for him. He's in second place pretty solidly. No one's going to pass him, but just could not end this season strong. Just another terrible start.
That's why he's going to JGR now.
Yep, and now he's on JGR, so hopefully things don't just continue to go downhill for him. Another couple notable things was, I thought, Aaron Plessinger, every time he went through that like roller section, he was just so sketchy. Every single time they showed him, he was just like on the right side, and then he flies all the way to the left side. You just could not keep it straight going through that section every single lap.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. But yeah, he was super sketchy on that section.
Yep, and we talked about AP's bike not blowing up, but Ferrandis' teammate, his bike did blow up. 2 laps left. He was running third, caught up to everybody, running third.
That's what I was going to say. He was actually catching up to this front pack as well. Boom, the bike blow up, and you just see him at the outside of the track, just kind of pushing it out. And yeah, he was looking good too. And he was actually, we picked him.
Yeah, I know. We both picked him, and I was like, geez, that's it. That's it. And we almost held the blue podium, too. It was like we were so close. Everyone was up there. That was the closest we've been all season.
Yeah, I told you. Every time that we both picked that we feel good about the rider, which is, I feel like they do terrible.
Yeah, too much pressure from the Motocross Supercross podcast.
But, I mean, I don't blame him for sure, but...
when he was pushing his bike off the track, I don't know if you noticed, but they just ran over that Yamaha sign. They're just like, oh, run it over.
I did.
And then he went back to kind of pick it up, and then he was just like, screw it. And it was just kind of
whatever.
Perfect for, his bike blows up on him. They run the Yamaha sign over, and then he's like,
the whole moment, yeah.
So yeah, sad ending for him there. We saw AP ended up taking his goggles off again and finishing that race without goggles, and he won the race, but it got a little sketchy. That finish line, right when they're waving that checkered flag, he was the sketchiest thing I've ever seen going up the face of that jump. I did not think he was going to make it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, another one that did real well was RJ. He's coming back from his first win.
That's right.
Or his first overall. He ended up getting fourth in this one, but he was also looking real good. And another honorable mention, Mosman, who barely qualified as a alternate, he ended up getting sixth place in the first moto. So good for him.
Really good for him. So yeah, as we said, Aaron Plessinger won. Chase Sexton got second, which I predicted. I think I picked him to get third though, but still podium. Justin Cooper got third. RJ, as you said, got fourth. Shane McElrath, who didn't qualify, was able to get in with his points, got fifth. So he's really happy that rule exists. That's for sure.
I bet. Yeah, Michael Mosman right there. Austin Forker in
him
seventh
too.
Also. Someone that didn't qualify.
Colt Nichols, we talked about him a lot. He definitely did way better in the second moto, but 8th place in this first one. Alex Martin, there he is, 9th place. And Dylan Ferrandis was able to, lap enough people and finish 10th overall, which is awesome. That's really good.
Yeah, and the report says that he got 9th, but he got 10th.
Jeffrey Walker, 11th, and then Hunter Sales, your fastest lap time, 12th place. So still, he was, top 12. That's good. That's good for him, definitely. So he got 12th there.
Definitely.
So that's it. That's it for that first moto. A bunch of people didn't make it. A bunch of riders out, like McAdoo. I'm pretty sure he didn't finish that one. A bunch of people didn't finish these races. They were just all over the place.
Yeah, Savaggi was out as well.
Yep, so let's go ahead and move on to Moto 2. The track this time, they took 30 minutes extra, pushed the broadcast back, and pushed.
I feel like they did what we talked about on the last mud race that they should have done. Just take an extra 30 minutes, take the top layer of mud off. Yeah, I feel like they did this one.
Yeah, you could actually see what color the bikes were on the first lap, which was pretty nice. But it was still nasty out there. It was still pretty slippery. Riders still all over the place. But this time, RJ got the whole shot. A nice little sketchy whole shot too. But he pulled it off. He was able to keep it for a minute.
What else did you expect from the mud?
Yeah, Plessinger was right behind him, and Sexton was behind Plessinger. And Plessinger and RJ, they were battling pretty hard. They were both just holding it wide open. Aaron's the champ for a reason and just, got right by him. Colt Nichols had a way better start this time. He was in 4th. Ferrandis was running 5th. Faulkner, much better start for Alex Martin in 7th, if that's much better.
Yes, I guess. Sexton was right there, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was in 3rd. But McAdoo, he was up there too, little redemption. And then Alex Martin gets stuck on the bike and he has to jump off and push. It was so smooth. He did it all in one motion, only lost 2 positions, but
nice. Yep.
Just got off, start pushing, boom, back on. But Hampshire, he did not let Plessinger run away with this thing at first. He stayed right on him, but then, he had his problems and fell all the way back to 4th.
Yeah, Sexton and Nichols end up getting a position on him, and they moved up to 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, there was one rider. His name is...
Did you see the post from Villapoto to Ryan Dungey?
No, what was that?
So it's a picture of the guy from Married with Children, Al.
Okay.
In the set of Married with Children. But it's got the face of Ryan Dungey. And it says, "Yo, Al Dungey, I know how it feels to be sitting on the couch waiting for something exciting to happen in life. Get your hand out of your pants and off your floral print couch and come race us in October before you're married with children. Can you make it 45 seconds? Hashtag straight rhythm."
Oh, and was there a response?
The Ryan Dungey responded with a thinking face.
I wouldn't rule it out, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't be.
The other rider I was trying to think of, his name is Zach Malley, number 622. He was seen in this race just completely buried in the mud and just hand scooping just mud out under the foot pegs. Craziest thing ever. And then he ended up being there the whole race. I respect the determination though. He was, as soon as he got stuck, he just went to work. He was just digging like a dog, just digging a hole. And, unlucky for him, at the end of the moto, you finally see him getting pulled out with a gator, ATV thing. and you just have to feel bad for him. He was trying everything just to get that bike going, but it was just buried so bad they literally almost got the gator stuck trying to pull him out. But yeah, the determination on that was crazy. So that's definitely one that's going to make the Motocross Supercross podcast Instagram. So look, gotta show some respect there
For sure.
But let's see what else we got going on here.
Some of the response to the Dungey thinking face. Well, one of them that I thought was pretty funny. It says, "Not sure you can win without that shake and bake. I'm sure Marvin Muskin can help."
Nice.
And Villapoto says, "If you're racing, bro, get ready to have some beers with us."
All right, yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, retired Villapoto is like such a badass.
It's like so much fun. It's like Uncle Ronnie, but like a real Uncle Ronnie.
Yeah, he loves just drinking beer and just riding dirt bikes, which is cool.
Yeah, so a lot of people are excited. Some people say Dungey, Stewart, Villapoto showdown. Wait, Stewart not showing up.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta wait. Who knows what's gonna happen with Stewart? Well, I feel like something's coming soon, though. I feel like we're gonna know something.
Definitely.
Soon.
We talked about it a couple of episodes back, and we've been saying that there's some big things happening, and just gotta be patient, people.
Definitely. So just to recap the rest of this race, Sexton, he was running up there. He washed out and gave his second place position to Colt Nichols. He actually went down again, fell like right on a flagger's like fold up chair. Like, good thing there wasn't a flagger in there. Ferrandis, we saw him go down, and Plessinger, he wins Moto number 2.
He dominated. He closed the year like a champ should.
That's right.
And yeah, he went 1-1.
Just a great season for him, man. He's the man this year. This is his year.
Definitely. Colt Nichols got second.
Yeah.
RJ in third. Dylan Ferrandis in fourth. Austin Faulkner in fifth. Sexton in sixth, and he actually got penalized and lost a position for cutting the track.
Yeah, cutting the track, section 8 to 10. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, no wonder he made the podium this year. Justin Cooper in 7th, Alex Martin in 8th, Joey Savaggi 9th, Shane McElrath in 10th, Michael Mosman in 11th, Jordan Bailey in 12th, Justin Rodbell in 13th, Hunter Sales in 14th, Austin Wagner in 15th, Tyler Skodras in 16th, Joshua Philbrick, 17th, Taylor Strauss in 18th, Maxwell Sanford in 19th, and Ryan Blanford for that last point.
Yeah, it's nice that Jordan Bailey was able to make it in there. I think he only did that second moto.
And that's what I was just about to say. I think he only did second moto.
Yep, that is confirmed. He was able to get in because Cody Van Buskirk had a mechanical problem. He said he blew his bike up on the first lap of the first moto, so at least it opened up in a position and he did get to ride.
Yeah, so Mosman was alternate number 1 and Jordan Bailey was alternate number 2. I didn't know they let you race one moto though only, so that's pretty cool. I guess you still can, so that you can have a full gate.
I like that, yeah. I'm a big fan of that. Keep those gates full. Give these people chances.
Yeah, that's cool. That right there that's a good rule.
So
still against top 10.
Yeah. And so the overall looked like Plessinger, Hampshire, Sexton. So Sexton did get third place overall. I called it 100% right on that. Colt Nichols got 4th. Justin Cooper 5th, Austin Faulkner 6th, Dylan Ferrandis 7th, Shane McElrath 8th overall, Michael Mosman 9th, Alex Martin 10th overall. Terrible end to his season, but he still ended up second place. The overall point standing for this 250 motocross season is Aaron Plessinger 1st, Alex Martin 2nd, Justin Cooper 3rd, RJ Hampshire 4th, Shane McElrath 5th, Chase Sexton 6th, Austin Faulkner 7th, Dylan Ferrandis 8th, Joey Savacci 9th, Jordan Smith 10th, and then Michael Mosman 11th overall. Mitchell Harrison 12th overall. Colt Nichols 13th. Jeremy Martin still getting that 14th overall. Cameron McAdoo 15th. Jordan Bailey 16th. Sean Cantrell 17th. Zach Osborne 18th. Garrett Marchbanks 19th. Enzo Lopes 20th place. Dakota Alex 21st. And that's how it ended up right there. There's your top riders right there. Plessinger's year, Martin, it ended really weak, but he started off strong and was able to be pretty consistent all year. So that's really good for him. Same with Justin
Definitely.
Cooper. had some really bad motos, but also had some really good motos. It's been an up and down season for him, but more up since he's third place overall.
Yeah, Aaron Plessinger with the 500 points, and
Crazy.
That was something that Zach Osborne said. Like, if you're thinking about, whenever they had him up in the booth, they said if you were thinking about being the champ, you have to aim for 500 points and up. So there you go. 500 points. Aaron
AP
Plessinger.
killing it. 110 points over Alex Martin. Yeah, but still, Alex Martin was still 38 points ahead of Justin Cooper. So a couple more weeks, Justin Cooper probably would be in that second place, just with how Alex Martin's end of the season went. But, it was a great season. That 250 was exciting all year long. AP dominated, definitely wrapped it up early, but I really enjoyed this year.
Yeah, it's been a great year for this 250 class. Outdoor season was excellent. We can't complain, and I really, 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 really looking forward to the future and what we have in store for all of our audience. And yeah, we got a bunch of stuff happening, and you'll definitely find out soon.
That's right. Well, yeah. Is there anything else we should add to this one?
I think we got it. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.
That's right. We'll see you guys next time for the 450s. Peace.